Hey guys, Chris and PJ here live in the Dream Giveaway Garage.
Hello everyone.
PJ, you are looking remarkably salmon colored today.
I do have a salmon colored shirt on.
Good for you.
And your shirt looks like that Mustang Boss 302.
It does. And I'll tell you what guys, so 1970, 1971, what a great era for the American muscle car. But it was really a time of change. You know, the insurance companies were coming in and jacking up rates, and were asking the manufacturers to put codes inside of the VIN sequences so that they would know what size engines were in specific vehicles with particular VINs. And so that original muscle car era was really coming to a close. In fact, 1970 is considered the best year for the American muscle car. And by 71, things started to go downhill. Now there are exceptions to that, but that era from 1970 to 71, we really have it recreated right here with this 70 Camaro Z28. You just had to follow along, PJ. I promise you I'd get to where I was going. The Camaro Z28 and then the 71 Demon 340. So when the Z28 was introduced, it's quite the interesting story. So Chevrolet and Pontiac in those days had their own styling studios. And as you would know, one of them would win out for how the vehicle would look for the entire generation of the car. So in 1967, it was the Chevrolet styling studio that won out, and that brought us the 67 to 69 Camaro and the 67 to 69 Firebird. Well, Pontiac thought that they had something better, and the Pontiac styling studio went straight up against Chevrolet. They weren't scared, and they won out on the design for the second generation F-body, the Firebird and the Camaro, which meant that the Camaro had to use the body that Pontiac styling had created. And then of course they'd add their own sort of signature characteristics to that body, such as the split bumper here on the Rally Sport option on this nice looking Z28, and their own stripe packages, so on and so forth. So when this came out, the Z28 was really such an incredible car. But then the insurance companies came in, and people were all talking about how can we get a budget car and still have some muscular persona to it, right? Not a 360 horsepower solid lifter 4-speed, but now we look at the Demon. Something that looks really, really cool and looks really, really sporty, but that a guy who could not afford a Z28 in 1971 could still go out and get something that would get some attention at the stoplight. And here you go, the Demon 340. The Dodge car that was built for people on a budget who still really, really wanted to be in the muscle car category. And so this car has all of those great looks. It's got that dual snorkel hood that Dodge is so famous for, that classic Dodge script right there. Classic split grille. Some interesting things it has. Bumperettes or bumper guards, that's an extra cost factory option. So now to you guys, if you remember 70 or 71, or even later in the 70s when you'd find these as used cars, which one brings back the best memories for you? Is it a Camaro Z28 from from the second generation of the F-body? Or is it something like this very, very neat Dodge Demon, which was only produced for 2 years, 71 and 72. PJ?
Well, Paul says the Z28,
yeah,
all the way.
Yeah.
Derek says the Camaro is beautiful, but I love that Mopar.
See, it's not always about the horsepower, is it? Because if it was just about the horsepower, then the 360 horse Z28 would win.
Now Paul says, hey Chris, send me that Z28 and I'll stay friends with you. But Jonathan is right. Lonnie, only problem is that we can't enter to win.
Yeah, we can't enter to win. But what a cool era, 70 and 71, and even into 72 for the American muscle car era. Like our Chevelle, if you want to swing that around, PJ. That's a 72 there. The Nova next to it is a 70. So you'll always see a lot of cool cars from 1968 to 1972 in the Dream Giveaway Garage for you to win, because that's kind of the magic era, right? 68 to 72 for American muscle cars. Go ahead, PJ.
Larry West says the Demon, Mopar all the way.
See? There you go, Larry.
Lonnie, the Demon Duster
and where's
cool.
Lexi?
Yeah.
Does Lexi even know we're giving away a 71 Demon, PJ?
Now, Roger says the Camaro is too thirsty.
The Camaro, yeah, it's very thirsty on the gas, and the Demon is a little less thirsty on the gas. They are both 4-barrel engines, but of course that displacement on that Chevy is 350 cubic inches. It is 10 less cubic inches on this Demon 340.
Dave said he had a 72 Z28 back in 78.
That's right, very much the same car, except the engine in 72 was detuned due to the introduction of unleaded gasoline to American gas stations, as well as the horsepower wars were over thanks to the insurance companies, so the engines had less compression and they had less horsepower.
How many different colors could you get in this 71?
Well, there's a lot of cool colors. Two of them that I'm going to mention right now, the one you're looking at, of course, Citron Yellow, not yellow, Yellow. And then, very cool one, you could get a Hemi orange exterior on the 71. A Dodge Demon. And this one is so cool that they made a Johnny Lightning die-cast car out of it. You know, I think tomorrow we need to bring that Johnny Lightning car out.
Yeah, but I absolutely love the body lines and the way the styling was, like you were talking earlier today. And
now, it's easy to have a favorite. Which one is restored better? They're both restored pretty darn nice, PJ. You know?
Okay, Chris, if you could take the keys home tonight for either
of them. You know I'd take the Camaro, PJ.
Yeah? Camaro's the winner for you?
Yeah. Listen, if I'm going to get a Mopar, I'm going to go grab that Hellcat over there, PJ. but that's me. But listen, if you took the Z28 and I had to take the Demon 340 home, that would be okay too. They're both totally cool with me. I have a fondness for the early second generation F-bodies. Particularly, I love the 70.5 Trans Am. So the 70.5 Z28 is a pretty close cousin.
Would you use any of these for a daily driver?
Ooh, the Dart Demon. Yeah, I mean automatic, easy, nice. Got a cassette deck in there, so I can put some old Alice Cooper in.
Key out of here. And what's this whole microphone jack, Chris?
Well, that's a rare option, PJ. So it is not only a cassette player, it is a cassette recorder. So it's kind of like an early America's Got Talent, where you could put a blank cassette in there, you have the microphone, and you can be singing along and make your own music tape.
How many cars in 1971 had a microphone option?
Not many, PJ. It was quite the interesting option. What a great car. What color do I like better? Oh, that's a tough one, you know?
I love this yellow.
Yeah, I know. That cranberry
but
red.
That's iconic right over there, yeah.
And especially, I mean, we live in a world now in which the vast majority of the vehicles that are on the road are a variety of white or gray. You just don't see cool colors out there in volume like you used to. And that's what I think makes both the Citron Yellow as well as that cranberry red Camaro so interesting. Here's something else you should know. General Motors changed it's red color. So the red that you find on any 70 GM car, whether it's a Cadillac, a Buick, an Olds, a Pontiac, or a Chevy, is different than the red that you'll find now. So sometime, I believe in the mid-80s, General Motors came up with a color called torch red. And that is not the classic red that you'd find on the 70 Z28. And somebody at GM must love that torch red color a whole lot because they've kept it since the 80s.
Larry
right?
wants to know if this car comes with the microphone.
Yes, microphone's in the trunk. Let's look at it, PJ. Let's take a look. Okay, that's the ignition key. Let's see if I have the trunk key right here, huh?
Why would we separate them?
Okay, well, PJ, look and see if the trunk key is in. Oh, here it is. We weren't prepared for that, so live TV at its finest.
The strangest thing that we would separate the
And remember,
trunk key.
don't you put the key in upside down on the Dodge? Do I have that right? Yep. Okay.
Holy cow, what do we got
Look
here,
at that. So told you that this thing is quite popular. It's got the trophy in it. And look at that. It's got the sound of stereo. And what's on there? Oh, it's got a Mancini. It's got raindrops keep falling on my head. It's got the windmills of your mind.
It's got a big, huge trophy
Got a big,
down here.
there you go. There you go. And let's see what else here.
What is this, Chris?
Owner manuals here. That's I'd call that a hero card, PJ.
What do we got here? Look
Yeah.
at that.
Look at this. It's got the original temporary auto identification card. This is modern. Yeah, that's modern. But this one has customer care from Chrysler. It's got the original Dart Demon operator's manual. And I'll tell you what,
You
should.
do have the
I'm going to have
microphone.
PJ show this off. This is nice. This is going to go to the winner. I think the first time we're taking this out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll put it down here and we'll take
Put
a
it
look
down
at it.
there, PJ. And you show that off and let me find that microphone.
This hero card, 1971 Dodge Demon 340 Sport Coupe. Interesting in fact here, the car sold from Spartan Dodge dealership in San Jose, California, so it's coming from California. Sold new with options. Look at that price, $38.63. And then a full restoration in 97 at 101,000 miles on it. And again, like Chris had said, the Y3 Cintron Yellow for a color. So this all came with it in the trunk, as you can see. We just opened it up. So Chris is looking for, and I know we had it because Chris had it earlier, the microphone that Larry
Look what I
West is
found.
talking about.
Look what I found. Raindrops. Okay, I won't sing.
But there's the microphone that comes with the car.
Siri, where's the nearest Taco Bell?
What kind of port is that?
That is a DIN 5.
All right, I believe you.
You had to ask, Siri, what is PJ's favorite color?
Actually, it's blue. But
There you go. Look, Chrysler right on the microphone. And you've got your on-off switch right here. That microphone is in surprisingly good shape. So now let's take a look at this.
what do you got there, Chris?
Looks like the original Windows sticker to me. And here we can find that right here. This has so many options, we're going to have to find it. Where's it at, PJ? Radio, AM with stereo tape cassette, and then underneath that, microphone tape recorder. Can you believe that an AM radio and cassette costs $201?
Wow.
You could buy like a big screen TV for that kind of money these days,
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So there you go. So new, Spartan Dodge, San Jose, California.
Look
And
at that,
look-
3,800.
Look at that, almost $1,000 of options on a $2,700 base car.
You could have got the car for 27, 21 if it
Could
just
have got
went
it
base.
without all. If you didn't want that microphone, BJ, you could have got out the door for under $3,000. But what else was expensive here? So torque flight transmission, the automatic was $214. That's the second most expensive option on this car.
Well, Jeffrey said he used to live there.
in San Jose.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah. So say, Jeffrey, do you know the way to San Jose?
You said you weren't going to sing.
That was more a poetic rendition than a singing rendition. Anyway, window sticker comes with it, microphone comes with it, original sample cassette. Look at that. Chrysler Corporation presents Sound of Stereo.
Chrysler.
Is that cool or what?
That is so neat. Now, Derek says, how many youngsters' minds did you blow by grabbing a second key to open the trunk? Yeah, no key fob here.
Indeed. Well, PJ, I'm pressing it. It's not doing anything.
Yeah, Jeff said he was in 17 movies and TV shows out there. Wow.
17 movies and TV shows.
That's interesting.
Were you a stuntman?
Yeah, maybe in a car
there you go.
movie.
Okay, remember this one has sure grip differential. You've got that little reminder right there. And jacking instructions. And this, of course, is not factory, but it does tell you it's got Dynamax pipes on it. So there you go, guys. I will not lock the trunk keys in the trunk.
Let's keep it up for a minute because we got to put our hero card back in.
Oh, good, good. What'd they think of the hero card?
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah?
We could do that after the show.
Yes? All right, guys. Well, I had fun hanging out with you today and hanging out with PJ.
And Jeff was an extra.
Oh, you're an extra? Jeff, did I ever tell you about the time I was an extra in a Michael Jackson Pepsi commercial?
Wow.
Jeff, call me up and I'll tell you all about it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. More great fun, more great action, more great grand prizes from the classic era of American muscle cars, and tons of modern performance stuff and ultimate trucks and 4x4s as well. We'll see you guys tomorrow in the Dream Giveaway Garage for dreamgiveaway.com.
See you next time, everyone.